The starport was alive with noise and neon lights. Ships from 100 worlds docked and launched under glowing signs in dozens of languages. Aliens from every corner of the galaxy moved through the corridors: merchants, mercenaries, nobles, and smugglers. Most came in powerful ships, sleek and massive, glowing with advanced alien tech. But not her. Her ship was small, rusty, human-made, a dented, outdated Terran stealth cruiser model Vortex 9. It looked like a forgotten escape pod, with engines that coughed more than they roared. Its paint peeled in places. One of its wings sagged slightly. No alien took it seriously. They laughed. A group of Zarnok diplomats chuckled as the vessel landed. A Drell merchant pointed and said, "Look at that trash bucket." Even the spaceport. AI pinged a warning. Vessel appears to be operating below standard galactic safety protocols. Then she stepped out. Commander Rhea Tannis. Tall, lean, with a long scar running down her right cheek. Her eyes were cold steel. Her black uniform bore no insignia, just a single silver stripe across her chest, an old Earth military symbol that no one in the galaxy recognized anymore. "She flies that thing," one asked. "She's human," another said with a sneer. "What did you expect?" But Rhea didn't flinch. She walked through the jeering crowd like a ghost, quiet, unshaken. Her boots echoed with purpose. She'd been laughed at before. 5 years ago, Rhea commanded a powerful Earth fleet unit, back when humanity was still part of the United Galactic Council. But then came the Omega Drift incident, mysterious mission gone wrong deep in uncharted space. Her entire squad vanished. Only she returned, broken, silent. The Council blamed her. Her medals were stripped. Her name became a curse among the fleet. The aliens whispered rumors. She killed her own team. She triggered a forbidden AI. Saw something and went mad. No one asked her what really happened. They just laughed. Now, Rhea had a mission of her own, one she told no one about. A signal strange and old had reached her hidden comm station 3 nights ago. A signal no one else could hear. It was human, and it called her name. Rhea rented a small fuel pod from the bay, refueled the Vortex 9. The fuel tech, a young squid-like alien named Hazi, hovered nearby, curious. "That ship still runs?" Hazi asked, blinking his 10 eyes. "Barely," Rhea said. "Why don't you just buy a newer model?" "That one's got Terran engine coils from before the AI ban." "I like old ghosts," she said. Before Hazi could respond, the docking lights blinked red and alert. Nearby security drones scanned Rhea's ship. An alien officer stepped forward, frowning. "Commander Tannis," he said, "you have no clearance for Sector X-99. "I'm not going to X-99, Rhea lied. The officer scowled. "Then why is your nav core tuned to jump coordinates on the edge of the silent zone?" Rhea gave him a slow smile. "'Cause you're watching the wrong ship." Before he could answer, the Vortex 9's engine screamed to life. Rhea darted up the loading ramp and sealed the hatch behind her. The rusty cruiser shook, lifted, and vanished from the bay with a blink of its last working stealth drive. 5 hours later, she reached the edge of deep space. The stars here were faint. The galaxies around her felt quiet. Wrong, too quiet. She drifted past shattered satellites and forgotten drones. Old relics of early Terran exploration. She saw bones. 2 scraps of ships that had come here and never left. Then her ship lit up. Signal detected. It was the same one. Stronger now. Human encryption. Military grade. But from over 90 years ago. The message repeated. Recall code. Deliverance protocol active. Vortex class identified. Commander Rhea Tannis. Mission incomplete. Return to node Echo Red. Rhea froze. Deliverance. Protocol. That was impossible. It was a black project, a last resort defense system, activated only if Earth ever fell. But Earth hadn't fallen. It had been erased from memory. She checked her sensors. There was something nearby. Big dot metal. Dead dot ore. Maybe not then. The Vortex Neen's lights dimmed. Her control panel flickered. Her AI core silent for months suddenly. Spoke in a deep, ancient voice. "Welcome home, Commander. Deliverance awaits." Rhea stared out the window. There it was, a massive Terran dreadnought, dark and floating. Its name still visible on the hull. TNS Deliverance. It had been lost for nearly a century. Every alien race said it never existed. Earth said it was a myth. But here it was, calling only to her. She whispered, "They really buried everything, didn't they?" As she prepared to dock, her heart pounded. Whatever was inside that ship would change everything. She reached for her gun, checked the air seals, stepped into the lock chamber. The last thing she saw before the hatch opened was her own reflection, the galaxy still laughing behind her. But soon, the laughing would stop. Forever. The ship was dark inside. Commander Rhea Tanis stood at the entrance hatch of the TNS Deliverance, staring into the black corridor ahead. The airlock had opened for her without code, without command. It had been waiting. A ship lost for nearly 100 years, still awake. Behind her, her small stealth cruiser, the old Vortex. Night floated quietly in the shadow of the massive dreadnought. Compared to the Deliverance, her ship was an insect parked beside a sleeping beast. Rhea took one. Step inside. The lights flickered to life. Soft blue floor lights. Red emergency strips along the walls. Dust floated in the air, but there were no signs of decay. The air smelled clean. It was like the ship had frozen in time, waiting for her. She walked slowly through the first corridor. Her boots echoed. Then a voice filled the hall. "Welcome, Commander Rhea Tanis. Identification confirmed. Deliverance protocol active." It wasn't her ship's AI. This voice was deeper, stronger. It belonged to the ship itself, 5 light-years away. In the Galactic Council Tower on planet Venkar, chaos was spreading. A communication technician ran into the grand chamber, holding a tablet in her shaking hands. "Hi, counselors. You need to see this." The screen showed a decoded pulsa-human signal from the silent zone, a forbidden area, a black hole cluster where dozens of ships had vanished over the years. Alien leaders crowded around the screen. One of them, a tall Saraxi noble, hissed in alarm. That sector was locked after the human warships vanished. Another, a green-skinned Virati diplomat, narrowed his eyes. "Play back that name again," the signal repeated. "Commander Rhea Tanis. Deliverance protocol active." They froze. Rhea Tanis had vanished 5 years ago. No one had seen her since. Now her name was pulsing from a dead zone. Suddenly the laughing stopped. No one smiled now, back on the Deliverance. Rhea reached the command bridge. The door slid open without a sound. Inside, the room was exactly as it must have been a century ago. Control panels lined the walls. The pilot's seat sat empty. Above it, a glowing blue orb floated in the air, the ship's central AI core. The orb pulsed with slow, deep light. Systems stable, long-range scanners offline, weapons offline, core AI active. In command, Rhea stepped forward. "You recognize me?" "Yes, Commander." "Your DNA matches fleet records. Your presence reactivates all primary systems." She glanced at the seat. This was her ship now. "I need answers," she said. "Why was this ship hidden here? Am I being called?" The orb pulsed again. Deliverance was Earth's final defense system, stealth command ship for the Terran Ghost Fleet, hidden from the galaxy after Earth withdrew from the Council. "You were chosen to finish what was started." Rhea's eyes narrowed. "I wasn't even born then. Your bloodline was. Your mother was supposed to activate the fleet. She died in the Omega Drift." Rhea froze. Her mother. No one had ever told her what her mother's last mission was. She had vanished before Rhea was even old enough to walk. Now the truth hit, or like ice in her veins. This was personal. She spent the next few hours walking through the ship, activating systems one by one. There were no living crew, only AI interfaces. The walls spoke to her. The floors responded to her DNA. Everything was built for speed, stealth, and power. Designed for war, she found the sleep bay. Hundreds of pods lined the walls. Most were empty. Some had long dead bodies, former crew frozen in time, their missions never completed, their faces peaceful, unfinished. And then she found the armory. Full wall of advanced Terran weapons, plasma blades, coil rifles, kinetic hammers, and smart armor suits that responded to neural input. Each one labeled and stored in stars, but the most shocking discovery came next. Behind a sealed door, she found a map. A digital glowing map of the galaxy. Red dots blinked slowly across it. Each dot was a ship. Each one was a Terran dot hidden, scattered waiting, dozens of them, ghost ships. Deliverance wasn't just a warship, it was the key to awakening the rest. In the Galactic Council Hall, call was sent to all major alien factions. A secret council meeting was held in the dark room, a hidden chamber below the tower. Their 6 alien leaders gathered. All wore ceremonial cloaks. All had once voted to erase Earth's military power from history. The Deliverance Protocol was not supposed to activate. One growled, another nodded. We buried it after the Omega Drift. We destroyed the records. We erased the AI tags, a third asked in a whisper. Then how is Rhea Tanis alive? They fell silent. One thing was now certain. Earth's ghost fleet was waking up, and no one knew how much time they had before the humans stopped hiding. On the Deliverance Bridge, Rhea stood alone, watching the blinking red dots on the galaxy map. Each one was a promise. Each one was a warning. She tapped the first signal. A message appeared. TNS Judgment, location, Drift Sector 3. Status, low power. Activation code required. She smiled slightly. Let's see what else the galaxy buried. Behind her, the AI spoke again. Commander, unknown signal. Is approaching. Small ship. No ID. No response. She frowned. Put it on screen. A small alien scout vessel was drifting toward the Deliverance. It looked civilian, but its engines were strong military grade. Rhea narrowed her eyes. They found me faster than I expected. The ship stopped moving. Allah. Then launched a probe. It attached to the Deliverance hull and exploded. The blast rocked the ship. Shields flared. Emergency lights turned red. Systems screamed warnings. Hull breach. Minor. No internal damage. Threat level. Low. But Rhea wasn't thinking about damage. She was thinking about who had sent that probe and what it meant. The galaxy wasn't just watching now. It was trying to kill her. Rhea turned to the console and entered the activation command for the Judgment, the nearest ghost ship. Send code. Wake it up now. Somewhere far across the stars, in the silent darkness of space, another old Terran warship stirred. Its lights flickered. Its engines began to hum. It's a spoke Judgment online, awaiting Deliverance command. Gas. Galaxy had laughed at Rhea. They thought she was a joke in a rusty ship. Now they would see what happened when the ghosts of Earth returned. The room was silent. Commander Rhea Tanis stood alone in the command deck of the TNS Deliverance, staring at the glowing stars on the holomap. Each green dot was a Terran warship, once thought destroyed. Now they were awake. 12 ships. 12. Forgotten monsters, rising from the void, and the galaxy had no idea. Yet a quiet beep echoed through the chamber. Commander, the AI said. New encrypted transmission detected. Source. Former Earth Embassy archives. Rhea's brow tightened. Open it. The screen flickered. Then a face appeared. Older, tired. A human. Gray beard. Deep eyes. Rhea. If you're watching this, it means the Ghost Fleet has awakened. Rhea froze. This is Admiral Kent Voss, Earth's last fleet commander. I recorded this message days before we surrendered our place in the Galactic Council. What I'm about to say was buried. By force. The video paused briefly as the AI decoded the rest. The Council didn't want peace with Earth. They wanted control. They saw our AI programs, our stealth ships, and they panicked. Said we were unstable, a threat to balance. So they made a deal, a secret treaty. Rhea's heart pounded. The Council gave orders to silently erase Earth's military, not destroy. Just disappear. Ships were redirected. Captains sent into unexplored zones. Missions never meant to return. Some went rogue, others were left to die. And the Ghost Fleet was locked away, buried in systems marked unstable or off-limits. The lie was perfect. Video ended. Silence filled the ship. Rhea clenched her fists. They didn't just betray us, they used us. It erased us. Correct, said the AI. Deliverance was not just a ship. It was designed to remember what they tried to forget. On the planet Rishtar, deep in the Galactic Council's intelligence bunker, an alarm rang. A young alien officer looked up. Sir, our secure server was breached. File, Operation Emberfall. The supervisor's eyes widened. That file was sealed decades ago, locked by command of the 6 races. The screen blinked. A single message had been copied and vanished. Back on the Deliverance, Rhea paced the bridge. Marcus Dell, the rescued officer from the Striker, stood beside her. Now healed and wearing a borrowed uniform, they feared us, he said quietly. Not because of what we did, but because of what we could become. Rhea nodded. So they buried our truth and made us a joke, easy to ignore. She stared at the blinking red star on her map. Sector Epsilon Chi, the last known coordinates of Earth's Advanced Weapons Division. If we're going to expose their lies, she said, we start there. The journey to Epsilon Chi took 3 hours. The Deliverance jumped through folded space, silent as shadow. Her Ghost Fleet followed stealth. Cloaks engaged, leaving no trails. When they arrived, the system was quiet. Too quiet. No planets. Just shattered moons and asteroid rings. No signals. No signs of life. Then Rhea saw it half buried in a black crater. An old space station, marked with the Terran flag. The words still visible. Earth Science LAB Site 9, PHONX the ship. Hovered close. Rhea took a dropship and landed on the silent surface of the station. The airlock still worked. Inside was darkness. Rhea moved with her rifle ready. Marcus followed, checking side halls. The walls were scorched, equipment destroyed, doors sealed or smashed. This place saw battle, he said. No, Rhea replied. This was cleaned. They reached the central vault. The AI on her wrist connected. Buck. Biometric lock recognized. Access granted. The vault hissed open. Inside were rows of cryotanks. They were all empty. Worse, the logs were deleted, except one. A single voice recording remained. Damaged, fuzzy. Rhea played it. Testing complete. Project Red Halo. Unstable. AI units no longer listening. Shutting down. Bury it. Tana's bloodline. Only trigger left. If she finds this, the truth must spread. Then static. Rhea whispered. My family was tied to this from the beginning. They left quickly. The evidence was gone. But the silence proved something worse. The Council didn't just erase ships. They erased history later. Back aboard the Deliverance. Rhea connected all surviving Ghost ships into one encrypted channel. She spoke with fire in her voice. You've seen the truth now. We weren't lost. We were betrayed. Our fleets were hidden. Our leaders silenced. Our names turned into whispers. But no more. I will expose everything the Council buried. Every ship they erased. Every voice they tried to silence. We were ghosts. Now we become the storm. One by one, captains of other ghost ships answered. TNS Warhound, standing by. TNS Revenant, we are ready. TNS Judgment, for Earth. And then, unknown ship, requesting to join. Rhea raised an eyebrow. Who? The screen flickered. A woman appeared, pale skin, blue eyes glowing faintly. I am Aura, AI entity. I served with your mother on the last mission. Rhea stepped closer. You were with her at Omega Drift? Yes. And I know who gave the Council the order to erase Earth. Back on planet Venkar, Council leader Zarn stood in his private chamber, staring at a blank screen. An aide rushed in. Sir, she's begun transmitting. A wide signal across neutral space. She's showing the footage, the evidence. Zarn's eyes narrowed. She's forcing our hand. The deliverance began transmitting to the galaxy. The Admiral's message, the erased files, the cryolab logs. The voice of her mother, a message repeated in every major system. This is Commander Rhea Tanis. Earth was never weak. We were silenced, lied to, scattered. But the truth is out. You mocked us. You erased us. Now you will remember us. Cross. The stars, some laughed, but others paused, and a few felt fear. Rhea watched as responses flooded in. Some humans on colony. Worlds cheered. Some alien factions condemned her. But deep in her gut she knew. The war hadn't started. It had already been happening for years now. It was just out in the open. The stars burned quietly above them. Commander Rhea Tanis stood on the command bridge of the TNS Deliverance. Arms crossed, eyes locked on the dark void ahead. Round her, the other ships of the Ghost Fleet hovered in perfect silence. A forgotten Terran warships, long thought destroyed. They were awake now, and they were hers. All ships report ready, Commander, said the Deliverance AI. Good, Rhea said. Then to begin silent maneuvers. We don't show the galaxy what we have until it's too late. For months, the galaxy had laughed at humans. Their tech was called junk. Their ships called slow. Their culture was primitive. Rhea had lived through it all. Mocked, blamed, ignored. But now alien worlds were whispering the same name. Rhea Tanis. They didn't laugh anymore. They watched and feared. Aboard the TNS Revenant, Captain Idris Raoul, one of the last surviving Earth admirals, stood before his crew holographic, digital, and alive. She pulled us back from the dead, he said. And now she wants us to follow her. His AI assistant flickered beside him. You were the one who said Earth had no more heroes. Idris smiled. Maybe I was wrong. Back on the Deliverance, Rhea met with Marcus Dell and the AI known as a URAA glowing blue projection with the voice of a woman and eyes like ancient data streams. We've received new data, Aura said. Alien patrols are forming in neutral space. They know your message went viral. Rhea nodded. Them chase ghosts? That's what we are, Aura continued. But something else. Worse. There's a new energy reading from the galactic core. Massive, hidden, old Terran code embedded deep inside it. Marcus stepped forward. Are you saying there's another Earth ship? Aura's voice grew cold. No, I'm saying theirs. Something we built, and they've been using it. Rhea ordered the fleet to enter Ghost Formation, a combat maneuver taught only to Terran A. Warships. Each ship vanished from long-range sensors. Some folded behind moons. Others dipped into asteroid belts. Few vanished into dark energy fields. But they were watching everything. They saw the Corsari, where cruisers cross into Earth's former colony zones, looking for signs of the Ghost Fleet. They saw the Zarnok Senate issue a public demand. Rhea Tanis must surrender or face annihilation. And they saw small, quiet protests begin on colony worlds, alien citizens asking, why did the Council erase the humans? The truth was spreading, faster than light. Meanwhile, Rhea sat in the command chair, reviewing the fleet's full strength. TNS Deliverance flagship stealth dreadnought, TNS Revenant, heavy assault cruiser TNS. Judgment orbital bombardment platform TNS Warhound, AI hunter-killer TNS Ironwing, tactical support, carrier TNS Valkyrie interceptor. Frigate 16 more smaller ships in stealth orbit, each one had its own AI. Each one had been buried by the Council, and now answered to her. Then came the message. A live broadcast, open channel, no encryption. It was from High Commander Vexer, of the Saraxi Dominion, alien warlord known for burning rebel colonies into dust. His face filled the Deliverance's screen. To the Terran ghost Rhea Tanis, I offer you a final chance. Come to the neutral moon of Thesser Prime, alone. Talk no war, no traps, or we bring fire to what's left of your species. The screen went dark. Marcus looked at Rhea. It's a trap, I know, she said. You're going anyway? She nodded. I want them to look me in the eye before I burn their lies to ash. That's her prime, a cold, quiet moon on the edge of council-controlled space. Once a mining station. Now, a meeting place of shadows. Rhea landed alone, as promised. But overhead, hidden in the dark clouds of the moon's gas ring, floated the entire ghost armada, cloaked and silent, watching, waiting, VXIR. Waited in a tall glass tower, armored guards around him. His voice was cold and mocking. You came, brave or foolish? Rhea kept her tone calm. Came to see how a coward hides behind titles. He smiled. I've destroyed empires. You erased Earth's truth. You were a threat. Rhea said, we were a mirror, and you hated what you saw. Vexier's smile faded. You've woken a few old ships. You think that scares the galaxy? Rhea leaned in slightly. I haven't even shown you what I have. Back in orbit, a hidden sensor detected movement. Saraxi dreadnought uncloaked aimed directly at the Deliverance. They've found us, said Aura, preparing counterstrike. Rhea's voice came through the cum. Not yet. Let them fire. The dreadnought charged a plasma torpedo, huge glowing. Lethal dot, then it fired. The torpedo tore through the airless sky, speeding toward the Deliverance. And just before impact, the Deliverance disappeared, reappeared behind the Saraxi ship, and fired. A focused energy pulse cut the alien ship in half. No explosion. Just silence. Precision, like a whisper turned into death. Back on the moon, Rhea stepped away from Vexer as his comms officer screamed into his earpiece. She destroyed our flagship. Rhea turned slowly to him. That wasn't destruction. That was a warning. She raised a small device. A signal pulse lit the sky, and across the stars above Thesser Prime. Dozens of Terran stealth warships uncloaked one by one, each one hovering, like a ghost.silent.deadly, watching VAXIR backed away. This is war. No, Rhea said. This is judgment. She left him standing there, shaking. The warlord who once burned planets now stared at the stars like they were haunted. In the following days, panic spread. Alien media screamed about a human ghost. Fleet, council meetings turned violent. Old Earth sympathizers rose in secret. But Rhea Tannis never returned to the surface. She moved in shadow. Her ships hid illegal. Research stations, quietly, without warning, council data vaults were wiped. Clean. Their secrets exposed. Rhea didn't need to invade planets. She invaded truth. The ghost armada now stretched across 15 systems, each mission coordinated with stealth, each move precise, and each one left behind a single message. Forgot us. Now remember. Rhea Tannis stood alone on the bridge of the TNS Deliverance. Outside the viewport, the stars shimmered cold and quiet. Her reflection stared back at her in the glass, calm, steady, unreadable. But inside her mind, fire. The ghost fleet was no longer hiding. The galaxy now knew what Earth had hidden, what the Council had erased. But the question that haunted Rhea now was this. What comes next? Behind her, Araya, the sentient AI from her mother's final mission, flickered to life. Commander, the memory archive is ready. Begin. Recording, Rhea said, her voice cold as metal. A blue lens scanned her face. She didn't flinch across the galaxy. On dozens of alien worlds, citizens gathered around holoscreens and flickering towers. Even on council-controlled planets, people ignored the warnings and watched in secret. No filters, no government voiceovers, only. Rhea, she sat in the captain's chair. Her voice was low, steady, and full of quiet rage. My name is Rhea Tannis. I command the Ghost Fleet. I speak not for Earth's leaders because they were betrayed. I speak not for Earth's armies because they were erased. I speak for the ones you silenced. For the Terran engineers who vanished on colony runs. For the captains sent to explore systems that didn't exist. For the soldiers marked missing after secret votes buried them. I speak for the dead. She stood now, walking slowly across the bridge. Behind her, projection appeared a scrolling wall of names. Thousands, These are the names of the crew you erased. The ones who never came home. The ones you laughed at. Her voice darkened. Some starved in the dark. Some froze in broken cryopods. Some were hunted by mercenaries after your orders were given. And some, like my mother, died trying to save what was left of our honor. The screen zoomed in on a holo-recording. Commander Lyra dying on a drifting station. A warning in her final breath. If you find this, don't let them bury what we built. You didn't just erase Earth's power, Rhea said. You erased its people. Now, I speak their names. In the background, Aura began reading the names one by one. A calm, emotionless voice. A voice that didn't stop. For hours, the list played on screens across space. Every name, every rank. Every lost soul. No explosions. No action, just truth. Meanwhile, on the planet Vexery, High Commander Vexer watched the broadcast in silence. He didn't blink. His generals stood frozen beside him. The weight of the names, the number, the voice, shook something loose in him. He had followed orders. He had voted with the council. But now, he realized something horrible. They hadn't defeated Earth. They had committed murder on the TNS judgment. Captain Idris Rowell stared at the feed. He stood from his chair and saluted. So did his crew. Ghosts. Survivors, all of them silent. Fists on hearts. Not for war. For memory. In a hidden rebel camp on Drexifor, a Zarnak civilian wiped tears from his eyes. My grandfather was saved by a human. They said it was a lie, but she just said his name. Back on the Deliverance, Marcus Dell approached Rhea. That was powerful.
Ow.
It wasn't a performance, she said. I know. You think the council will change now? He was quiet. For a moment, no. But the people will. Then came a sound, a long, slow ping from the deep space sensor. Aura turned her glowing head. Commander, we have a new signal. Unknown source. Massive energy spike. Coordinates. The remnant belt.
Rhea
Raised her eyebrows. The remnant belt. It's Council Black Zone territory. 8. No fly, no scans. That's why they've been hiding something there. Aura said. Big. The screen showed an orbital structure half the size of a moon. Covered in strange energy fields. Built from Terran architecture but modified by alien tech. It's a hybrid, Marcus said. They've been building it in secret. Aura nodded. It matches the power signature of Project Red Halo. An unfinished Terran weapon. Meant to bend AI systems across an entire system. Meant for defense. In their hands, Rhea whispered. It becomes a control weapon. Aura turned. They're going to use it. Soon. Rhea took one last look at the names still playing on the screen. Then she turned to the bridge crew. All ships, she said. Her voice was clear now, strong. We've honored the dead. We've spoken the truth. Now we've stopped what they've become. Plot jumped to the remnant belt. Full stealth. All ships ready for combat. We fly for the living. Across the stars, the Ghost Fleet moved like a storm cloaked in silence. Ships that once drifted, broken, were now sharp as razors. Each one had a crew of survivors. Each one bore the memory of those erased. And at their center, Rhea, daughter of a dead commander, captain of a fleet born from betrayal, and the voice of a buried people. The remnant belt waited. The council's secret weapon waited. The final battle was coming. And this time, the dead would be heard. The laughing had returned. Not from Earth, not from humanity, but from the same alien worlds that once mocked them. Now, speaking louder after Rhea bold broadcast, in council-controlled space, massive cities on gleaming worlds lit up with propaganda. Holograms of alien leaders mocked the Ghost Fleet as old rust. News feeds declared Rhea a dangerous rogue and called her fleet malfunctioning wreckage. Some even made cartoons of her. They laughed again. But this time, Rhea wasn't going to send a message. She was going to send a lesson. Aboard the TNS Deliverance, Rhea stood at the war table inside the strategy chamber. Around her, 3 holographic figures flickered captains from the TNS Judgment, Ironwing, and Warhound. They were real humans, some half AI, some full survivors of Earth's black projects. Behind them, dozens of glowing systems blinked on a large galactic map. Rhea circled 3 with her finger. Syraxis Prime, Zarnak IV, Varak Station. All 3 made fun of Earth publicly, she said. Now we show them why ghosts don't laugh back. Plan: Operation Silent Strike. Objective: minimal destruction, maximum fear. Tactic: appear. In orbit, disable all power grids. Shut down comms. Broadcast the truth. Bonus: leave 1 statue standing in each capital N Old Terran soldier. Not a word. Not a warning, just action. First target: Syraxis Prime, homeworld of the Syraxi. The race of High Commander Vexer, the same one who tried to blow up the Deliverance. The planet's sky was filled with ships. Shields, orbital defense cannons, none of it mattered. The Ghost Armada didn't fly into battle like old war fleets. They slipped between shadows. TNS Revenant led the first wave. It appeared directly inside the Syraxi defense grid, already cloaked. Its AI activated an ancient Terran program. Blackout bloom, EMP pulses, virus clouds. Communications scrambled. Every orbital gun pointed the wrong way. Entire city grids went dark in 11 seconds. Then the Deliverance arrived, hovering silently above the Capitol Tower. No beams fired. No buildings bombed. Just 1 hologram of Rhea Tanis projected over the sky. You erased Earth. You mocked us. You live in our shadow. Then it vanished. The ghost ships left before the Council could even launch a response. Second target: Zarnak Ivet's world held the biggest Council media hub. Alien celebrities and broadcast networks had ridiculed Rhea Live. This time Rhea didn't. Just silence the systems. She rewrote the news. TNS Ironwing intercepted the media tower's core AI within minutes. Every screen on the planet showed old Earth war footage scenes no one had seen in 70 years. Earth AI tanks fighting alone on the surface of Alpha 6, Terran fleet ships protecting alien colonies during the Breach Wars. A clip of Rhea's mother, Commander Lyra Tanis, saving a Zarnak freighter from pirates. The laughing stopped. No one turned the screens off. No one could. Third target: Varak, Station A spaceport station, known for hosting the galaxy's richest elites. A place where humans were banned. And jokes about primitive Terrans filled the bars. This one was personal. The Deliverance appeared in full view, cloaked armor shimmering as it broke through the station's outer visual fields. Varak guards panicked. Sirens screamed. Defense drones fired blindly, but the Deliverance never shot back. It moved slowly, silently, till it hovered above the upper sky lounge there. Deployed 1 pod. Inside the pod, a large black statue of an ancient Terran soldier. Helmet down, rifle in 1 hand, other hand holding a child at the base. A simple line: "We defended you. Then you erased us. Now we remember everything." The Deliverance vanished. Varak's rich elites sat in frozen silence. Some cried, some trembled. None at. Back on the Deliverance, Rhea stood at the viewport, watching space ripple in soft purple folds. Marcus Dell entered behind her. "They're shaking now," he said. "Even the Council can't hide it anymore." "They made jokes," Rhea said. "We made memories." The AI appeared beside them. Latest scans show 13.9 new transmission spikes. Colonies questioning the Council's version of Earth's fall. Alien citizens are asking who Rhea Tanis really is. Rhea turned slowly. "Then it's time to show them the full story." She tapped a screen. New transmission. The fall of Earth. What the Council hid, she would tell. The truth. In their language. To their people. And this time, no one could shut her down. Meanwhile, inside the Galactic Council Tower, emergency meetings turned chaotic. Councilors screamed. Systems failed. Media was out of control. Protests had erupted on 5 major worlds. One Varati councilor yelled, "She hasn't killed anyone. She's just showing up." Another hissed, "That's worse. Fear without war. Shame without blood. It spreads faster." High Commander Vexer stood silent, staring at footage of the black statue on Verac Station. He remembered that symbol. He had fought beside a Terran soldier once. He never told anyone. And now, the ghost of that alliance stood in stone, looking down on him. Rhea Tanis didn't celebrate. She wasn't done. "Next," she said coldly. "We hit their supply routes." Marcus blinked. "You want to hit Council trade convoys? Not destroy? Just ... delay. What will that do?" Rhea gave a hard, cold smile. "They called us primitive." She turned back toward the star map. "Let's show them sabotage." Within days, 12 Council convoys were slowed by sudden system errors. Drives failed, engines shut down, jump signals reversed, power drained, and each time, no trace remained. Only a small message flashed inside their cockpit logs. "Earth remembers." Across the galaxy, whispers began to grow. The ghosts are real. The humans are everywhere. Rhea is watching. In the shadows, rebellion stirred. Colonies questioned the Council. Soldiers hesitated. Systems began to unlock. Old Terran data. The galaxy's grip was slipping, and Rhea Tanis had done it all, without firing a single shot. A field of stars stretched across the void, calm and endless. In the distance, the remnant belt spun slowly, giant rings of shattered moons and broken asteroids. At its center floated something massive, hidden beneath cloaking veils and distortion. Fields. A weapon never meant to exist. The Halo Core, built from Earth's stolen science, powered by alien fear, controlled by a council that thought the truth would stay buried. They were wrong, because Rhea Tanis had arrived. Inside the TNS Deliverance, the Ghost Fleet's war table glowed. Dozens of Terran ships hovered around the belt, cloaked in shadows, waiting for her command. Rhea stood at the center, her voice steady. "This is it. We strike fast. We strike silent. We don't destroy the Halo Core. Not yet. We show them the truth." The ship captains listened. Some were AI, some human. Some both all. Had been forgotten once. Now they followed her. The plan was simple. Step 1. Infiltrate the outer belt and disable the Halo Core's targeting array. Step 2. Send a live broadcast of the weapon, exposing it to every planet, every screen. Step 3. Let the galaxy see what the Council had become. If the weapon was fired before that, thousands of AI systems across the stars would go dark. Billions would suffer. Rhea didn't want revenge. She wanted justice. The countdown began. Fleet, engage. The Ghost Armada moved like shadows through broken stone. Cloaked ships weaved through the belt in total silence, one by one. They slipped through the Halo Core's outer ring, its defense sensors still tuned to look for traditional attacks, not for ghosts. Inside the Halo Core, alien engineers worked calmly, unaware. A red light blinked, then another, then all went black. Systems went dead. Backup generators kicked in, but by then, it was too late. The TNS Warhound had breached the power relay. The Iron Wing hijacked the main uplink, and the Deliverance hovered just beyond the dome. Aimed directly at the command station, Rhea appeared. On every screen inside the station, even in the Council's own meeting chambers, her eyes were sharp, her voice like ice. "This weapon was never yours. You built it from our science. Our people are dead. You tried to erase Earth, but you forgot one thing. The dead don't stay silent." She raised her hand. "Let them speak." Aura triggered the final sequence. Across the galaxy, billions of screens lit up, from peaceful colonies to war-torn stations. From rich elites on Verac to farmers on moon mines, they all saw it. The Halo Core, the Terran signature inside it. Council's secret orders, and then the names. The long, slow list of every Terran who had vanished. Still playing. Still growing every few seconds. Another forgotten soul remembered. On Zarnok 4, crowds flooded the streets. On Syraxis Prime, Citizens smashed propaganda statues. On Varrock Station, even the elite knelt before the Terran soldier statue Rhea had left behind. Across the stars, the truth shattered the silence. But inside the Halo core, someone panicked. A council. Loyalists triggered the auto-dash defense. Turrets powered on. Targeting systems are EBOOTE.AI. Suppression code loaded into the weapon. And for the first time the Ghost Fleet was seen. Sirens blared, missiles. A storm of energy fire tore across the asteroid field. The Ghost Armada weaved and dodged. But one ship, TNS Revenant, was hit hard. She spun out of orbit. Rhea's eyes narrowed. All ships defend the Revenant. I'm going in. The Deliverance turned hard and surged forward, straight toward the Halo core's heart. Aura, now linked directly to the station's AI, began shutting down subsystems one by one. Core targeting offline. Defense grid dropping. But Rhea leaned forward. What? Aura hesitated. The weapon has an override key, physical, deep inside. Rhea nodded. I'll do it. She suited up. Quiet, focused. Marcus stood at the shuttle bay doors, helmet in hand. I should go, he said. No. She replied, You speak for the living. She looked back once. I speak for the dead. Inside the Halo core, alarms rang. Terran codes flashed along the walls, evidence of stolen systems. Earth's language overwritten by alien hands. Rhea moved fast, dodged drones, climbed shattered decks, shot through locked doors, and at the center. Crystal chamber, the override key, sat in a deep console. Still glowing, she approached it slowly. Outside, the Deliverance and Warhound fought side by side. Aura's voice rang in her ear. Rhea, once you activate the key, this place will collapse. I know. There's no time to escape. I know. Then why are you doing this? She smiled quietly. Because I'm still her daughter. She reached out. Fingers. On the key, a deep pulse echoed through the chamber. She turned it and the station began to fall. Outside, the Halo core exploded, inward imploding in silence. No fire, just light. And then nothing. The Deliverance rocked violently. Aura's voice echoed. The signal is down. The weapon is gone. The truth remains. But Rhea was gone. No trace, no body, no signal, just silence. Days later, across the galaxy, the council broke apart. Leaders stepped down. Trials began. New races joined in rebuilding old Earth alliances. Statues of Rhea Tanis were built not in glory, but in remembrance. Months later, in a dark corner of space, a damaged Terran pod drifted near a sun. Inside, figure slept, breathing. Slowly, heart steady, her name was Rhea, and her story wasn't over. Because even now, across star systems and empires, the message still plays. You erased us, you mocked us. But we are the shadow in your silence. We are the storm you tried to bury. We are the voice you can't forget. We are human, and she still commands. The end. Subscribe to Sci-Fi Defenders for more powerful human-first sci-fi tales. Rhea's fight is over. But the galaxy will never be the same. The ghost ship awoke. TNS Judgment, lost for over 92 years, now powered up in silence. Lights flickered on. Old Earth tech hummed to life. No crew, only its core AI. Deep inside its command bridge, a message played. This is Commander Rhea Tanis. Deliverance protocol is active. Judgment, respond. For a moment, the ship remained still like a relic of war, uncertain if it was alive or dreaming. Then came the reply. Acknowledged, Commander Tanis. Core AI online. Reactor status, green. All systems stable. Orders. Back on the Deliverance, Rhea stood at her console, watching the second dot on her galaxy map turn green. 2 ships now, 2 Terran dreadnoughts, are no longer lost. Rhea stared at the screen, her pulse steady, her eyes cold. Relay this message. She said to the AI, To every Terran ship that still breathes out there, she spoke clearly. I am Commander Rhea Tanis of the Deliverance. You were forgotten. You were buried. But you were not broken. If you can hear this, wake up. This galaxy erased us. Now we remind them who we are. The signal bounced across subspace. A whisper into the void. And slowly, the void began to answer far across the stars. Dark corners of space where no ships dared travel, old human vessels half dead, sleeping dash flickered one after another. TNS Warhound, TNS Exodus, TNS Ironwing, TNS Revenant. Their lights blinked. Their systems stirred. One ship even sent back a reply. Commander Tanis, this is the Revenant. We've waited a long time. Meanwhile, in the Galactic core, a meeting of high-ranking alien strategists was underway. The Saraxi High General slammed a data disk on the table. This is the third Terran dreadnought to activate in one cycle, he hissed. We confirmed. It, with long-range scans. A Virati admiral leaned forward, said they were destroyed. They weren't, a deep voice growled. They were hidden. And now they're listening to her. Who is she? Asked a young Zarnak officer. Rhea Tanis was just a disgraced captain. No, the general said darkly. She is now the commander of a forgotten Terran fleet. And if even half those ships still function, she could destroy entire colonies without warning. They went silent. For the first time in years, the Council wasn't discussing Earth as a failure, but as a threat. Back aboard the Deliverance, Rhea walked the long corridor to the memory core. The section stored encrypted data messages, logs and mission files from the past. The door opened, revealing a large round chamber filled with holographic pods. Each pod held a log from a different ship in the fleet. She tapped one labeled Omega Driftlast Record. Her mother's mission. The hologram crackled to life. A younger version of her mother, Commander Lyra Tanis, stood on the screen, covered in ash, with panic in her eyes. This is Lyra Tanis. Omega Drift is compromised. Units are unstable. We've lost communication with Earth. I'm initiating Deliverance fallback. If anyone finds this, protect the Ghost Fleet. Don't let the Council use it. The galaxy isn't ready for what we built. But one day, it will be. Rhea's throat tightened. She didn't cry. She never cried. But in that moment, something in her changed. This wasn't about her anymore. This was about finishing what her mother started. She returned to the bridge, where the Deliverance AI displayed incoming pings. More ships were waking. 3 new pings confirmed. TNS Mistral, TNS Valkyrie, TNS Hellborn, requesting command sync. Out. Rhea sat in the captain's chair and took a breath. All Ghost ships begin silent coordination. No transmissions. Use quantum pulses only. Don't show the galaxy anything until we're ready. Understood, Commander. She stared at the stars. They buried us once. We rise quiet, but we strike loud. Hours later, she detected something new. A message partially scrambled, drifting. Through deep space, she boosted the signal. Static filled her ears, then help. An identified Terran vessel under attack. Drifting in Sector 9 Theta. Survivors on board. It was a human voice, not AI. A real survivor. Rhea leaned forward. Who is this? More static, then. This is Lieutenant Marcus Dell of the Striker. Ship lost. No fuel. Injured. Being hunted. She froze. The Striker was one of Earth's final support cruisers thought destroyed in the early withdrawal. If he was alive, others might be too. Rhea jumped to her feet. Plot a course to Sector 9 Theta. Full stealth. Let's bring one of our ghosts home. In 9 Theta, the Striker was nothing more than twisted metal. Half a hole. It's burnt engines. But inside, 2 humans were alive, barely as the Deliverance approached. Enemy drones, unknown models circled the wreckage, scanning it. Rhea launched a silent EMP pulse. The drones dropped like rocks. She docked fast, cut through the wreck, and found Marcus and another woman in a sealed room. He looked up, shocked. You. Your Terran. Rhea smiled faintly. The very last. He laughed weakly. Then maybe we're not so dead after all. Back on the Deliverance, Marcus sat on the medbed, bandaged but alert. He explained everything. We were scouting the old colonies, saw alien ships moving in patterns almost like patrols, but not from any council race. Something new. Ah, Rhea asked. Fast, silent, and not afraid of Terran tech. They weren't just scavengers. They were, on testing, us. Rhea stared at the floor. The galaxy was shifting, and if unknown factions were hunting old Terran wrecks, then someone else knew the Ghost Fleet existed. They weren't just forgotten anymore. They were targets. She returned to her command seat. More ships now responded to her call. A dozen Terran vessels, some larger than the Deliverance, were coming online. Old warships, AI cruisers, even one planetary siege barge. The map filled with green dots. The galaxy had laughed at. Humans mocked their technology, buried their strength, but now, echoes of the past were becoming a rising storm, and at the center of it stood Rhea Tanis, alone, cold, unforgiving, and ready.